closer. I can already feel it being formed in a way. Maybe this arm will actually get me some of my old abilities back. It would be nice to have Hellfire again. It would certainly prove useful against those two. Speaking of...
Hey, Ivan! Your guess she's in her pajamas again.
Pajamas again?
It was late in the night. I couldn't really sleep.
He'll take off his jacket and just kind of drape it over your shoulders.
Yep, immediately hold it around her.
Yeah. Somehow it's still able to keep you warm despite it missing a sleeve.
Well, as long as I wear it as a cape like this, and then she, she doesn't have her arms like out of the holes. She just like that.
Glad you're feeling a little warmer.
Thank you.
So, you said you wanted to talk?
Well, I figured since you've been here, you probably missed a bit.
I'm sure I did.
Well, seems that Lulu had another incident.
With who this time?
Oh wait, out of RP, does Ivan know that Ray and the others went through that?
He does not know Ray went through it.
Oh, okay. Because Ray knows that you did. So she'd be like...
Did it happen to you as well? What exactly happened? What exactly happened with yours?
They took me to my old house, where I used to live with my dad. I mean, it looks like it's better now, but just like the idea of going there, and technically I'm not supposed to go there, so I hope that doesn't cause any issues. But they took me there, and we kind of walked around a bit, and obviously I hated every moment of it. And then she changed at some point. She brought me to... She was wearing sunglasses at the time, though, to cover it up. So I didn't really know. All I knew is she was acting a little bit weird. But Dale was there. Dale told me to play along. So even though I was really uncomfortable, I kept going, and she brought me to the stables where I used to train. And her face kind of drops a little just from thinking about that. And then she planted that seed. Well, not Lulu. Whoever that was planted that seed.
Whatever it is, it's something.
It's getting harder to... It was pretty hard to breathe in that.
Divine and holy, correct? Did it happen to Kashi as well?
You see that she does stiffen up a bit. And she slowly nods.
How much did it wound him?
He was passed out for half an hour. I think he was dying.
He was.
If I hadn't got him out of there...
It's good you were with him. When it happened to me, I completely dropped my guard. Leoka wasn't safe, and Dale had teleported me and Luca out of here. We appeared in my old hometown. We talked and explored it, and then eventually reached the place where the ruins of my home was. Before she activated the Holy Divine Circle, or whatever. Yeah, he's actually going to...
Were you?
Kind of just... show his arm like the back of his arm, and you'll see that it kind of looks like it has a little what remnants of a burn would look like. It's sort of healed.
Are you okay? Did you pass out too?
No, I was dying, but it was enough for me to where I could keep myself conscious. I'm a lot more used to holy divine magic than Kashi is, considering he's just now getting tapped with his demonic side. Despite that, it kept getting stronger, which wasn't making things better. Had Dale not teleported me out of the area, things would have turned pretty bad for me. Because
I had to call for Dale for us too.
Didn't think I'd actually have to use this symbol to get him out of the situation. I guess you could say I had to throw away my pride there for a second. Life or death.
You did what you had to do.
Yeah. The thing is, whatever this thing that's within Luca, it knows about us, and it knows far more than it should. You know my full name.
It apparently started...
Even I, because I've never told Luca my full name. Only Ivan. When they walked past me in that state with the golden eyes, they called me Ivan. I knew something was wrong from that point on. Nothing I could do, though, considering I could not move.
She did the same thing to me.
I'm glad at least Kashi is okay. Damn it. If I would have known that was going to happen, I would have been there. Frankly, I wouldn't have been able to do much.
You didn't know. I mean...
I didn't know because I'm just cooped up in here because of other shit I have to deal with. It's frustrating.
Then also you're still healing, aren't you?
Yes and no. It's also regarding those two I told you about. I can't... Dale made it clear for me to be careful when I leave on the rarity.
I mean, but in your own way, by staying here, you're also trying to keep everyone safe.
You're not wrong. I don't want those two hurting any of all of you. And if they do try to interfere, then, well, yeah, they're in for a world of pain, I'll tell you that. But did it happen to anybody else besides you and Kashi?
Well, it seemed like it also happened with Jax. Apparently something happened where another side of him showed up or something. It wasn't good.
It's not the first time that's happened, actually. Back when we were trying to...
Apparently he didn't know about it.
Back when we were trying to fix Dale, there was a time where we had to face what angered us the most. For Jax, he had to face the torture and death of the squad. That's what pushed him over the edge. He just started transforming into this weird thing. Whatever the hell it was. I can't even describe what it looked like. He was strong as hell, and it took everything. It took me and Lupin, everything we had to get him to calm down. Eventually, we talked him out of it. He calmed down, but he didn't remember a single thing afterwards.
Well, apparently, this thing took over Luca. It destroyed the graves.
Damn it. Whatever this thing is, it obviously has no respect for mortals or mortal decency, at least. Whatever it is, it's definitely holy, so it's not good for me.
It brought Kashi to the school he used to go to. Apparently, it's not a good place for him either.
No.
And that thing, it knew our names. Our real names.
I figured Kashi's wasn't his real name. I mean, I didn't trust any of you guys with my name. And there's still people that I don't trust with my real name. Despite everything I've been through with Jay, I still want him to call me Nero just because I haven't built that connection with him yet.
Not that I don't trust you guys. For me, I don't like using that name.
I understand. There was a part of me that hated what I presumed was my weak side. It's why when I was reborn as a demon, I casted my name, Ivanai, aside, and embraced my new name, Nero. I kept telling myself that Ivanai had died, and now it was only Nero. So I understand what that feels like.
Hmm. There also was one other person they went after.
Who?
I only saw him once, but do you know Mr. Rainbow?
Templar. He was there, if you remember, when Dale, quote unquote, died.
Hmm.
You don't see him around as often because he's busy, but damn it.
Well, we saw them the other day, and that thing went after him too. I don't know what happened with that one, but I came after it. It was already done, but we had to calm him down.
Nothing good. The worst part is that these places that hold significance to us, good or bad, we can't go back to them. At least I can't go to any of them because of the holy magic that's radiating from them.
Even I can't go back to the farm if I wanted to. Even though I'm fine, it's really hard to breathe in there.
Exactly. Even if it's not affecting you in the way it would affect me and Kashi, it's still not good for you or Jax, or Tempor for that matter. It's just one thing after another. First the shit I've got to deal with Lex and Irina, and now this.
And there's more.
Oh, really?
Have you heard of someone named Jay the Revenant?
You're actually going to kind of see him freeze at this. I've heard of the name, yes.
We kind of bumped into him the other day, and she's gonna unconsciously reach up to her cheek, and you're gonna notice there's actually a burned scar on her cheek.
You're gonna see just his fist clench. Like, you'll actually hear it clench. Those damn shades.
We fought off a few of those purple things, but then he showed up.
Had anything
we
to
were
say?
all okay in the end, but
Because I know that he can talk.
I know he could talk. He didn't really say too much. I don't know what he was doing there. All I know is the last thing he had gone somewhere, and the last thing I remember before we left is I heard a whistle falling down from above us. But we left before we could see what it was.
I thought we actually done that whole spiel. Did Jax explain what Jay the Revenant was? What it revolved around?
Alternate universe of Jay. That's evil.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did he tell you how that happened?
Also, the good doctor wants an invite.
Can you get into Lyoko?
Angelo. I don't think so. No, but I don't know if he wants to come as a spectator. I mean,
DM him. See if you can do that.
I don't have his Discord.
Hold on.
You have fun, listen?
Lore drops.
I see him hopping
Shut
around.
up, you don't see me.
We're out of RP!
I'm just simple data right now, roaming around. No.
I wonder
not
if
being
it has to do
perfectly
with my new
invisible, hold on.
site. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, because she probably sold Fitcher, so her site got broken in half.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I sent an invite
Dad
to
is
him.
slowly trying to fix it. Smile.
No, she's actually getting a new one, so no worries. That's actually why
Hey.
I'm wondering I'm wondering if that's why Good Doc is coming, because Doc is actually making her new site.
Dad needs to meet new Doc now. Fuck. God damn it, Doc. You're taking my
God damn
kids'
it, Doc.
stuff and making them better. You jackass.
The good news is with that science, she'll actually be able to do some kind of ice magic with it. Because that's Angelo's whole shtick, ice magic.
Alright.
He's gonna put an
Oh
ice
yeah, I
spirit
know
in there.
that for a fact.
I sent him a DM. So alright, let's go back into RP. Where did we leave off?
Okay. Of how Jay the Revenant became who he is.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Well, the best way to explain this is to tell you what the shades were, if Jack's already gave you an explanation on that.
I was honestly kind of confused. I think we're all pretty shaken up about what happened.
The shades are beings that are created from, well, let's say you did something to impact the world, whether in a good way or a bad way, like you saved a bunch of people or you killed a bunch of people, for that matter. A shade is basically that version of yourself that is created.
Mm.
And even doesn't matter what the deed you did, whether it was good or bad, it still creates a shade. And those shades were controlled by a person named Morgana. He says that he actually has venom in his voice as he says that. Regardless, the shades were just an army of creatures, dark creatures. Some of them looked like a person named Ichi. Some of them were monsters. Some of them were I don't know if you're invisible or not, but you're not invisible for my screen.
What the shit?
He's invisible for me.
He's not invisible for me.
Oh,
That's why I
invisible,
stopped a
dude.
fucking white wolf approach the fucking thing.
Yo, what
Well, then I
kind
guess,
of
then I
fuck
guess
boy?
something.
Yo,
Right.
get your
I guess
fuck
something-
boy ass out of here.
He's fine to spectate. He's fine to spectate. Anyways,
There we go.
Jesus, that threw me off. All right, back in RP.
I should be invisible now.
Yeah, you're invisible. Skipped RP by second. 3, 2, 1. But some of them were armored, and then of course some of them even looked like us. Jay the Revenant is such shade. However, unlike the other shades, not all the shades had intelligence. They only were given orders. Follow Morgana's orders. If she tells you to, if she told the shades to destroy something, they'd do it. No questions asked. The Revenant was something a little bit different. He was Jay in another universe where the shades were kept coming at him one by one. Rather than killing him, Morgana decided to convert him into a shade, giving him sentience, basically turning him evil. It's what makes him different.
Oh.
Not to mention he was also stronger than normal shades. Far stronger, in fact. I myself had never fought him, but according to what Jay, Jax, and a few others told me, he was not fun to fight.
He didn't seem like he was very fun to fight.
I mean, I've never fought him, so I'm not too sure. But
I kinda did.
yeah, I can see that. But anyways, the reason why I'm just, you could say I'm not exactly in a high spirits hearing that news, because I've had some personal experience with that whole shade thing, and truth be told, I'm not happy hearing that it's making somewhat of a return. I thought we were done. I thought maybe we could get a break from all of that. It's just, what you faced was the kicker. If you thought fighting the Revenant was hard, try having to fight against Morgana herself. We were...
I was like, that'd be very hard.
Not to mention, there was a place that we lived at one point, before everything, before I looked like this. It was known as the Hub. It was a place in between the dimensions we could gather and, well, live. It was our primary base of operation against the Shades. Somehow, Morgana invaded it, sending Shades everywhere to attack the civilians within the town. The rest of us quickly gathered to fight them off, and eventually led to a fight against Morgana herself. Everything we threw at her, though, was in vain. We hit her, we stabbed her, we slashed her, we fired our attacks, our magic. Nothing faced her. It's like it made her stronger. She tossed us around like nothing. You'll see it, he's gonna hold up his fist and just kind of grip it, and you'll see a very observant stab wound in his forearm. I almost died during that fight. It was not fun. The reason why my
She's gonna reach out and just put her hand on your fist.
You'll actually see it's kind of trembling.
Then my other hand goes on there, she's kind of cupping your fist like that, and come to try comfort, I guess.
I nearly lost my vision in my right eye because of that fight. It was probably one of the most painful things ever. Thankfully, I can still see out of it, but not well compared to my left eye. You could say it's my blind spot, and that's a permanent scar that will never go away. And on top of that, I used a lot of magic, meaning I was weakened. The scar that you see on my forearm was me trying to block an attack from my throat. And of course, there's probably a wound on my chest where I was stabbed in the stomach. I wasn't alone. There was Jay himself, Lupin, the Sin of Pride there. But even with us, we were still nothing. And eventually we had to leave the universe, flee to another dimension to heal. And we were taken care of by, well, we were healed by Angelo, as you mentioned before. The eye wasn't healed by him.
He was there too.
He did his best with the eye, but he told me I probably wouldn't be able to see. Thankfully, somebody from that universe was able to give me back some of the sight left. It's just the eye was discolored, and that was it. And still, I don't get afraid often, because there's not much you could be afraid of as a demon, but that whole fight, being that close to death, it's scary.
I can only imagine.
What's irritating is that we were the only four that escaped. The hub was completely destroyed. Not a trace left. Just consumed the whole world. And anybody else that didn't get out suffered a fate worse than death. It's probably the only thing that, probably the next thing other than dying that sickens me about that fight. We had to run away and leave us behind. And at the time, I didn't care, but nowadays, well, different opinions on that. You can obviously tell that this whole thing really put a mental impact on him. Despite the physical scarring, it made a huge mental wound.
I mean, you did all you could, right?
It wasn't enough.
It sounds like she was really tough.
It wasn't enough, Ray. Could have at least maybe gotten a few others out. But we couldn't.
And what if that just ended up making you guys get stuck too?
Maybe. At least we would have died doing something other than just running away. I know sometimes you have to retreat, but it's not how it was created. A demon's pride is everything. To have it crushed like that hurts more than getting stabbed in the chest, believe it or not. Why do you think Kashi is always so? Whenever something hits his pride, he reacts to a certain way to it. It's just his demonic side saying he doesn't want it to be crushed.
She does tense up a bit at the idea of that. But she does look like she's remembering something, and then she's tearing up a little bit. But it's like,
You guys had training with Jay today, right?
Yeah.
How'd that go? Did you tell him about the whole Revenant thing?
I mean, I didn't talk to him about it. But I wonder if maybe Jax did. I'm not sure.
He probably did.
Training seemed like it went okay, but Tashi seemed off lately.
What do you mean by that?
Well, when that thing went after Kashi and he was passed out for half an hour, I think it told him some things in his head.
It messed with him mentally, didn't it?
I think so. I don't know what it told him, but it didn't sound like it was good.
I've got my work cut out for me. Whatever this thing is, it's just making my job harder as his teacher.
I mean, I think he's a bit at Jay, too. The teacher.
Why is he mad at Jay?
I'm not 100% sure. He didn't want to talk about it. But at some point, Jay started talking about morals and mentioned that if you kill for fun, or if you don't if you kill for fun, it's bad. But if you Kashi asked what happens if you don't feel anything if you kill something. And Jay said that you would be a psychopath.
Jay may be a good fighter, a good teacher, but he doesn't know shit about demons. Just because he has strength, he knows seals, he knows how to fight with a weapon, he's still human. If there's anyone that knows it's a demon's nature and how they fight, how they act, it's us. Next time I see him, I might need to reprimand him for that.
We have to remind him about that we care about him and that he is strong because I think he thinks he's weak. And I won't be able to do anything.
When I'm done teaching him, he'll definitely won't think that. I don't know if he's told you, but he's already gotten the hang of feeling demonic energy. He's even gotten the hang of molding his own, shaping it into a vision he wants it to. Hell, he even used my own demonic energy to sense the things around him. On his first try, nonetheless. He has potential, Ray. Just need to keep reminding him that.
And I will. I know he can do it.
Exactly. He's also gotten better in terms of fighting. I took him to desert area. Of course, he had to take me down. He got me. He almost had me. The boy is definitely smart with how he fights. He decided to use his gluttony ability to his advantage.
It sounds like him.
He knows how to fight. He just needs the right kind of push. Nothing to anger him, but rather push that he needs to give him that confidence in his strength and abilities. I'm not teaching him like I was taught. Hell, I was taught because I basically was told, if you don't want to get your ass kicked, learn. That's what I did. Because every time I go to training with my teachers, every time I get thrown through a mountain or slammed into the ground, stabbed multiple times, I had to eventually adapt, but because that's what demons are used to. But Kashi being separated from his demon cipher for too long, taking a different approach on things. Certainly, I'm not going to let him make the mistake I did.
I know he'll get better.
Oh, he will.
Especially with you as a teacher.
It's been a while since I've taught someone, but I'm doing my best. But regardless, once I get my arm, which will be soon, hopefully, I'll be spending the majority of my time trying to find those two. But I won't be in Lyoko as long as I had been before because, well, I'll be fully healed. So, I'll be around. Maybe not in Lyoko as often.
As long as you're still gonna be around and open a nose.
I'll just kind of flick you on the forehead lightly. Yeah, I'll try to be. I don't plan on dying yet. I mean, 400 years I've stuck in around. Might as well keep that streak going.
Man, you got me beat by a long time. I'm only 18.
I've had close calls, as you know. That last fight I had probably was the hardest fight I've ever had to go through. So, who knows, that may change in the foreseeable future. I might face something worse than Ghana, which is scary, to say the least. What could be worse than Morgana? Interesting question.
Mm. Well, I mean, hopefully it doesn't come to that, and if it does, hopefully we'll be ready.
Yeah. When I get my new arm, I have a feeling I'm also going to focus on getting some of my old abilities back.
What kind of abilities?
Well, once upon a time ago, I could use Hellfire.
Whoa, that sounds cool.
Yeah. It will take a very long time for me to relearn it since it's been fucking forever. But yeah, I'll start small with regular fire and build my way back up.
Hmm. You have to show me sometime when you do.
It'll just be a simple basic orange flame when I first show you, but I'll get it up there.
Hmm.
And if anything, I might actually have to revisit my old mentors. That'll be fun, doing training with them again.
Does that include, you know...
Well, the way they teach you and the way they teach me are very much different, I imagine.
Hmm.
So, I'm not sure how they go about teaching me how to acquire the flames of hellfire, but it'll likely be a bit more of a hands-on approach. Quite literally.
I mean, I haven't really seen her in a while anyway. I tried calling her the other day, but sent someone else instead.
I have a guess on who she sent, but knowing how private the training sessions are, I won't pry. But I think I have a feeling.
I mean, to be fair...
I think I have a feeling.
To be honest, I don't really remember anyway.
Yeah, I know exactly who she sent them. They have a knack for mental stuff, so. But it's not my place to let you know any of that, unfortunately.
Wonder why they would make me forget, though. I mean, whoever they were, they actually helped me a bit that day.
They have their reasons, and if they actually helped you, I'm sure they have they have their intentions would want to keep them masked. It's understandable if they actually helped you. I mean, their way of helping me was quite literally bringing me to my knees at times, so.
They brought me to the farm.
I see.
And here.
Yeah. Yep.
I ended up having to face my fear.
I actually had to do a mental fight with my host for control once upon a time ago. My old host, at least, David. A close fight. Somehow he beat me, though. Yeah, I can't say I blame him. I wasn't that strong. I was still simply a possessive demon.
My training, I had to fight my dad.
Yeah, that's rough.
I actually did win, though.
Good for you.
I think it was meant to be more about control, though. Because I did feel I almost slipped for a moment.
Every lesson isn't always about winning. Glad you're starting to get the hang of that.
But at least I could see blood more now, though. I think in small amounts.
That's good. You're getting over your fear.
Let it Sugar get proud star-eyed face.
You'd see him grin at that. You kind of just pat your head.
Leans, cause touch-deprived baby is touch-deprived.
Well, I'm glad you're getting better. Seems like everyone is improving. Well, you, Luca, Kashi. You know, it's funny.
Mm.
Jax, me, and Lupin were considered the trio of fighters, and now there's you two. It's like we're passing on the torch or something like that.
We're gonna be the next trio!
Yeah, by the looks of it. A fine one nonetheless.
Mm. Star Eyes.
Anyways, it's getting late, and I think it's best you be getting rest.
Mm. Papa made them more cookies.
One more thing. If you see Kashi, tell him 2 days from now, I want him to come here for training.
Mm.
I'll
let him know.
I would contact him myself, but considering what he's going through, I think it'd be best if you told him through you.
Mm. Okay. I think I wanted to talk to him anyway. He was wondering about why I didn't freak out about blood.
Well, now you've got something to talk about.
Mm. And then she's going to reach up. She's going to climb up here. She's going to pet the back of your head, because she's a petter.
This is gonna be a traditional thing whenever you visit me.
Yep!
Alright.
Once you say yes to the pets, there's no going back.
I don't believe I ever said yes, I just kind of let you do it.
But you let me.
A silent yes, I suppose.
I took it as one. And you're not saying to stop.
No. So as long as we're not touching the horns, I'm fine.
What happens if I touch the horns anyway?
They're a sensitive part. In a good and bad way.
Oh. Is it like the tail with other people? Like with Lulu?
I did have a tail at one point, but now that's gone, so that's... Well, no, I don't really get mad at when someone grabs my horns. It's difficult to explain, actually. I don't get mad, I don't get upset, rather I get, flustered.
Hmm? So it is like the tails.
Yes. Again, sensitive, which is why when Kashi grabbed my damn horns at the hot spring, I pushed him away.
Wait, he grabbed your horns at this hot spring?
Because he wanted to see if I could take him off. That boy sometimes.
I don't see how you'd be able to get that off.
I could hide my horns at one point, but now they're quite permanent due to the training I went through. My eyes are also working.
She's gonna start poking her head.
Notice how they're red and black? I used to have regular eyes like yours, just red with whites. This is the result of demon training.
So that happened to Kashi?
I'm not sure. It's different for everyone. When Kashi still has a long way to go when it comes to his demonic traits returning to him. But in due time, they return. And as they do, he will get stronger and stronger.
This means I have to get stronger and stronger with them. And Lulu.
Yeah, I think all three of you are at a steady pace.
Hopefully it'll be even better once I get my new sight.
Yeah. I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah, my old one got broken during that one fight.
I suppose so. Who's making it?
Angelo?
Give him my regards if Did you ever see him again?
As Ivan or Nero?
Right, he doesn't know. Tell him Nero. That's what he knows me by.
Okay, salute.
Alright, may I have my jacket back, please?
Yeah, and then she's going to take it off and fold it and then put it here because she's a respectful baby.
I grab it and just kind of slip it back on. He wants the jacket back.
Just imagine that was kind of funny.
He's gotten used to putting
Like,
a jacket
whoops.
on. He's gotten used to putting a jacket on with one arm.
Maybe I should try that sometime. You see, like, she's like thinking of how she's gonna do it, like putting one arm on her behind her back, and like,
It's not that easy. Actually, it took a few tries to get down.
Seems like it'd be pretty hard, especially with one hand.
Yeah. Thankfully, I had to get used to maneuvering without an arm. Now I'm going to have to get used to maneuvering with an arm again. It's gonna be fun.
Wish you good luck with that one.
The arm also won't look like my other hand. Just so you know.
What'll it look like?
More demonic. It will actually have demon skin. It will show what I really look like. Because this isn't my real form. All demons have a form that truly shows what we are. Monsters. Beasts.
She's gonna get a mad pouty face. You're not a monster. I don't care how people define demons, but you and Kashi aren't monsters. You're both still people that care about other people and fight for them.
You're one of the third people.
To me, real monsters are.
You're one of the third people to actually tell me that.
Because it's true. And I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I'm kind of glad Kashi wanted me to be his older brother. You kind of remind me of what my sister would have been.
Little sister.
I had one when I was here. You just remind me of her.
Yes, it's a good thing that you're also my big brother now too. She's making sure to avoid the horns. So.
Thank you.
I mean, it's the truth.
I suppose so. I'm definitely not the demon I once was. That's for sure.
Can't give a boop.
And they'll return a flick. Alright. I'll see you later, Ray. It was nice talking to you.
Bye, Ivan! Oh, wait, does that mean... Hold on, just...
No, I don't have to do it. Just... Wherever you came back, your home, or wherever you were going to bed, just think of that place and a portal will appear and you'll walk through it. That's how I got me and Kashi to get to our training area, so...
So you mean we don't have to get our necks snapped and broken?
No, thankfully. I mean, it's still a way out, but not the most pleasant way out, as you know.
Oh, thank God I don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah.
It was still a bit uncomfortable to have to be killed to leave.
Yeah, but now you don't have to. I figured it out.
Yes, instead I'll leave thinking of snickerdoodle cookies and chamomile tea.
You do that.
Bye, Ivan! And she's gonna go to the, just a bit to the side and think of her snickerdoodle cookies and chamomile.
Alright.
And